Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And you're probably wondering why I'm in the car, but we are going book shopping today. So I thought, why not bring you along with me? Let's get some book shopping done. I've come to Bath today, so we thought we'd go somewhere different from where we usually go. So we're gonna go to the Waterstones, we're gonna go to Bath, and then I do also have a couple of Amazon orders. So I feel like I'm just gonna take you along with me. We'll have a big old book haul at the end. And yeah, that's kind of the plans for today. It is very busy here today, but we're gonna try and do our best. But yeah, why don't you guys come along with me? Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all the YouTubey stuff you know how to do. And yeah, let's get to it. Hey guys, so it's been a couple of days and you would have seen that we went to Waterstones and that we went to Works. I did end up also going to Tesco, and I did a big Amazon kind of box delivery. So let's go through all of the books that I have bought. So we're going to start with Waterstones and we're going to start with Tesco, as those are the two in here. So from Tesco, I did get two books, and I forgot how good their selection of books are, but I got The Names by Florence Knapp. Now, the reason I wanted this one is because I had heard so many good things about it, and I'd heard that it was a great general fiction book, and I've kind of been starting to dabble my feet into that. So I thought, why not? And I remember watching Rachel Catherine, watch this book, and I was honestly like, she made me want to read it. So what it says is, it is 1987, and in the wake of a great storm, Cora sets out with her young daughter to register the birth of her son. Her husband expects her to follow tradition and call the baby after him, but it is right for her child to inherit his name from generations of domineering men. Her choice will shape the course of their lives. 7 years later, her son is Bear, a name chosen by his sister, hoping he will grow up to be brave and big-hearted, or he is Julian, the name his mother set her heart on, keen for him to become his own person, or he is Gordon, named after his father and raised in his cruel image. But is there still chance to break the mold? Powerfully moving and full of hope, this is the story of three names, three versions of a life, and the infinite possibilities that a single decision can spark. So you will kind of find how this ball will live depending on what name you had. And then we had Silver Light by Danny Francis, which is the first book in this series. And I'm very excited to read this, guys. I've been wanting to read this book for a very long time. I just haven't really got my kind of around to getting it, or it hasn't been the one that kind of has made me want to. But it's the first book of a sizzling dystopian romance series. Psychic gifts are a death sentence, and there are rules for survival. Trust no one. Ren has spent her whole life in hiding, honing her psychic abilities and aiding the rebels in small ways. When one careless mistake places her in the hands of the enemy and she's forced to join their most elite training program, she's finally handed the perfect opportunity to strike a devastating blow from inside from their ranks. Lie to everyone, but training for Silver Block can be deadly, especially when you're harboring dangerous secrets and you're commanding commanding officer is the ruthless and infuriating Crossredden, and whatever you do, don't fall for your enemy. As the stakes grow even higher, Ren must prove herself to Silverblock, but as a war rages between mods like her and those who aim to destroy them, Ren must decide just how far she's willing to go to protect herself and how much of the continent is worth saving. And I just think now would be a really good time to kind of start that book. And then from Waterstones, I did get 3 books, but this was to complete the series that I'd already started to build and buy. But I have read the whole of the Legacy of God series, but I didn't have the last 3 books that I needed. So I had God of Malice, God of Pain, God of Wrath, and I needed God of Ruin, God of Fury, and then God of Pain to add to the collection, which I really thoroughly enjoyed. I really enjoyed God of Ruin and God of Fury as well. God of War was a bit meh for me, but I don't know whether that's after reading God of Fury and that nearly being a 5-star, but that probably did that for me. And then we're also going to get into the Amazon box as well, guys. So let me just try and open this. I really forget how difficult these Amazon boxes can be to open, so bear with me a moment, guys. And I bought 6 books from Amazon, so let's get into it. So yeah, I bought 6 books from Amazon. So the first book I bought from Amazon was Shields of Sparrows by Devney Perry. Now, I've seen this book everywhere, guys, and I've just seen that the second one that came out, and I've really been wanting to read it for a very long time. I just have not got round to it because I saw kind of like a few negative reviews about it, and I was like, oh, maybe it's not going to be what I want. But now I'm just going to find out for myself. So we've got Shields of Sparrow by Devney Perry, and it says... And it says, if you're not terrified, you're doing it wrong. The gods sent monsters to the 5 kingdoms to remind mortals they must kneel. I've spent my life kneeling to their will and to my father's. As a princess, my only duty is to wear the crown and obey the king. I was never meant to rule, never meant to fight, as I was never supposed to be the daughter of a sealed and ancient treaty with our own blood, but that changed the fateful day I stepped into my father's throne room. The day legendary monster hunter sailed to our shores. The day a prince ruined my life. Now I'm crossing treacherous lands beside a warrior who despises me as much as I despise him, bound to a future I didn't choose and a husband I barely know. Everyone wants me to be something I'm not, a queen, a spy, a sacrifice. But what if I refuse the role chosen for me? What if I make my own rules? What if there's power in being underestimated? And what if for the first time I reached for it? That sounds right up my street, to be fair. Yeah, I'm just really excited to kind of see how that one goes. The next book we have is Pen Pal by J.T. Geisinger. I don't know if that's how you spell it, but I used to see that this was on Kindle Unlimited a long time ago, and I really, really, really wanted to read it, guys. And then I just never picked it up. And then when I went to go and get it, it was no longer on Kindle Unlimited, so I was a little bit sad. So I just thought I'd buy the book. And this says, the first letter arrived the day my husband was buried. It was postmarked from the state prison, and it contained a single sentence: I'll wait forever if I have to. It was signed by Dante, a man I didn't know. Out of simple curiosity, I wrote back to ask him what exactly he was waiting for. His reply: you. I told the mystery man he had the wrong woman. He said he didn't. I said we'd never met, but he said I was wrong. We went back and forth exchanging letters every week that grew increasingly more intimate. Then one day the letters stopped. When I find out why, it was already too late. Dante was on my doorstep, and nothing on earth could have prepared me for what happened next. So that is that one. I'm very excited, guys. Very, very excited. The next book we have is My Friends by Fredrik Backman. Now, I really want to start my Fredrik Backman journey. However, I don't think I want to go in starting with Fairy Tale. I don't know why I said Fairy Tale. It's probably because I'm so used to saying it. But I never wanted my Fredrik Backman to start with Beartown, and all of that. I think I want to just start with Standalone just to see if his writing is a bit of me. And I'm just really, really... Oh, this is really annoying. Like, my copy has come like really broken. I don't know if you guys can see. It's just really ruined. Oh, I hate it when this happens. Oh, it's so annoying, but it's fine. So I'm very excited to see what this is. And it says, in the corner of a woman and a world famous painting, three tiny figures sit on the end of a pier and a secret is hidden in plain sight. 25 years ago, a group of teenagers found solace in each other during one unforgettable summer. Their friendship inspired a transcendent work of art, a painting that now mysteriously belongs to 18-year-old aspiring artist Louisa. Driven to learn the story behind its creation, Louisa embarks on a journey to the seaside town where it all began. But as she gets closer to the painting's birthplace, Louisa learns that happy endings do not always take the form we expect. I am so scared, guys. I am terrified. But that is Fredrik Backman, my friends. This one solely just the sheer size, guys, is going to intimidate me. But we have The Will of the Many by James Islington. I think that's how you say it. And this is the first book in the Hierarchy series, and it says, at the elite Catenan Academy, a young fugitive uncovers layered mysteries and world-changing secrets in this new fantasy series by internationally best-selling author of Linacus trilogy, James Islington. The Catalan Republic, the hierarchy, may rule the world now, but they do not know everything. I tell them my name is Vistelimus. I tell them I was orphaned after a tragic accident 3 years ago, and that good fortune alone has led me to my acceptance into their most prestigious school. I tell them that once I graduate, I will gladly join the rest of the civilized society and allow my strength, my drive, and my focus, what they will call will, to be leached away and added to power of those above me, as millions already do, as all must eventually do. I tell them that I belong and they believe, but the truth is that I've been sent to the academy to find answers, to solve a murder, to search for an ancient weapon, to uncover secrets that may tear the public apart, and that I will never ever cede my will to the empire that executed my family. To survive through, I will just still have to rise through the academy's ranks. I will have to smile and make friends and pretend to be one of them and win. Because if I cannot, then those who want to control me, who know my real name, will no longer have any use for me. And if the hierarchy finds out who I truly am, then they will kill me. That sounds very exciting, but I am very excited that this is going to be very much more high epic fantasy. But I was always really intrigued by this book, and again, I've watched so many people watch it and really enjoy it and devour this book. I know I watched Sarah Caroli read this, and I think she ends up rating this like a 5-star. So I'm very excited to see it. It's just the sheer size absolutely puts me off. We then have A Stage Set for Villains by Shannon J. Spann. And I watched Laura read this book, and I literally tell you now that she is the reason I bought this book. She literally was enthralled over this book, and I have definitely tried to prevent knowing any spoilers about this book. But this book is about the gods are dead, all that's left are the players. The performers of the playhouse are as worshipped as they are feared. They're enhancing shows, bending hearts, minds, and even reality itself. Vicious godlike lethal, 18-year-old Riven Hesper knows their dangers better than anyone. After our own encounter with a player resulted in a curse that is slowly killing her, when the playhouse announces the spectacle of a lifetime, a chance for one mortal to steal a player's immortality, Riven sees her last chance live. Desperate for answers, she infiltrates the competition. There she finds Jude, the playhouse's brilliant, mysterious lead player, whose charm is as dangerous as his craft and strikes a deadly bargain to save her life. But with the time running out and the playhouse's secrets unraveling into a disturbing picture, Riven faces a grim possibility she might not be the hero of her story after all. In fact, she may be the villain, because the playhouse doesn't just tell stories, it rewrites them, and Riven's might end in blood. I'm intrigued, guys. I am intrigued. And then the last one will probably be no surprise, because I have wanted to read this book for so long. I've seen so many other people read it, and I'm so jealous that I haven't read it yet. But it is The Wolf King by Lauren Palferman, and I really want to read it. And I know the third book is coming out, and I just really want to read this series. I just want to sit and devour this series, guys. When war erupts between humans and werewolves, a princess finds herself torn between duty and desire. I can't speak this morning. On the eve of her wedding, Princess Aurora catches the eye of a powerful alpha, Callum. Believing she's the key to ending a brutal war, Callum kidnaps Aurora, whisking her away to the rugged lands north of the border. There, a forbidden attraction starts to grow. Just as Aurora learns not all wolves are bad, Callum discovers that she's in danger from those closest to him. With monsters on both sides, a bloodthirsty war between humans and wolves raging, and undeniable passion growing between them. Will their story end in love or tragedy? And will Aurora ever get to go home? Does she ever want to? I am obsessed, guys, already. I feel like this is definitely right up my street. But that is the end of today's book haul. Come shopping with me kind of video. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have read any of these books, let me know what your thoughts and feelings were, because I'm very excited to kind of get these books read. But I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Bye.